We're going to talk about, this is a little overview of what we're going to talk about, okay? And as a whole, we're talking about the power of your why, like I said. And honestly, we're talking about the impact that your why has and how it actually affects how high you can fly, how much you can accomplish in your life, okay? Yeah. We've touched on why the why is so important, but let's dive on into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So Clay, I want to hear from you though. Like I guess a fire hose of knowledge here.
Yeah.
Fire hose of knowledge. Tell me about your work ethic, your old school, work ethic at the Norseman. I know you've talked a little bit about the Norseman, kind of the dark ages there.
In Dassel, Cokato, the town I lived in was called Cokato. And there's a highway called Highway 12. And Highway 12 ran we're going east to west. This is actually west. It's running west.
Okay.
There used to be a gas station. Cokato did not have a stoplight at the time, the town I lived in.
So it's not exactly massive.
2,038 people lived in that town. That was on the sign. And there's one restaurant that everyone came in called the Norseman. In this restaurant here, it's kind of a Nordic theme restaurant. And you go in there, the Norseman. And I would go in there. My job was to clean the bathrooms and to be the bus boy. There's all these tables everywhere inside here.
Sure.
And my job was to keep all of these tables clean and to be the bus boy and to keep the bathrooms clean. So my strategic area was here, and then walking around, cleaning the tables, bringing it back to the kitchen. This is what I had to do all day, every day. This is my job. But for whatever reason, I couldn't do it right. Why? I didn't know my why. I was just there to make $6.25 an hour.
Okay.
So I would drift the whole day. I'd be like, and he'd go, Clay, get to work. What are you doing, man? And I'm like, I'm sorry. He would come by again. Clay, what are you working on? I'm like, I finished cleaning the bathroom, and so I'm just hanging out. Clay, find something to do.
Right.
And I would never find something to do.
Okay.
If you don't know your why, you're always going to be unengaged from your job, and therefore people are going to have to tell you what to do. But here's the deal: if you can manage yourself, nobody else will ever have to manage you again. Okay? So you got two options.
If you can manage yourself,
nobody will have to manage you again.
Okay.
So what you want to do is you want to learn self-management. And that just means that you work 100% of the time at work. I'm not asking you to bring homework home. I'm just talking about what if we could work 100% of the time we're at work. I gotta be honest with you.
Right.
I am not going to ESPN.com at work. I am not screwing around. I'm not going out for extended lunches. I am working when I'm at work.
Right.
And then when you're at home, if you want to be at home, you'll be 100% home.
Right.
That is the goal you want to do. Now, sometimes I know when you own a business, people call you and you can't be home, and I get it. But what I'm saying is you want to try, the goal we want to try is to be at work when we're there, and 100% of the time we're at work, we want to work.
I love it. Well, a notable quotable here. This is from Russell Simmons, okay? This is what he says as he's talking about the why and your motivation, okay? He says, the goal is to be able to live your life the way Michael Jordan played basketball or Marvin Gaye sang a song. To be able to feel the way you feel when you laugh at a joke, but to feel that way all the time, okay? A lot of people's why is to do their passion later. They work at a job to accomplish something so they can be happy, to be able to play golf, to be able to spend more time with their family. But we have to have that why, you're saying? Does it matter the size of the why at all?
It just matters that it matters to you.
Okay.
So I know of a guy who's an interesting guy. His whole thing is he wanted to get off the grid, and he loved making furniture.
Okay.
So this guy, true story, he had a job in corporate America, and nothing wrong with that, but he decided that he wanted to make furniture and live off the grid.
Okay.
So he moved out to the middle of nowhere, and my brother-in-law actually got married at his place. I won't say the name of it, but it's off and he basically bought this abandoned amusement park.
Right.
So this is like a shed.
Right.
And he turned this shed into a workshop and his house. Well, over time, there was a little pond over here, and he decided to flood the pond and kind of build up a little bit of a dam. Well, now today there's this sprawling, and you've been there, but there's this sprawling like a massive lodge,
Yeah,
that's going
beautiful.
on. It's this massive lodge. He's got this road that leads up to it. He's got tons of trees, and he's making millions of dollars.
Right.
If you said to me, Clay, to make your millions, I want you to live in we'll call it a shed. Then I want you to dam up a lake or a pond and make it big.
Yeah.
And I want you to make custom furniture so you have enough money to buy. He bought an old abandoned, was a Kodiak steak lodge or whatever.
Yeah.
So he bought one of those, hauled all the logs and built this log cabin himself.
And this was his why, though.
Yeah, and this was his why. And if you asked me to do that, I would totally not be engaged in the pursuit of that. I would say, I don't want to build a log cabin. That sounds terrible.
Right.
But for this guy, this was his why. This motivated him. It got him up early. It kept him up late at night. This is his all-consuming passion. And so what you have to realize is at your job right now, I had to realize when working at Target that if I do the best job I can possibly do at Target, if I will just focus with white-hot intensity, if I will just take this magnifying glass and just bring down the sun's rays and focus them on target until I'm on fire, then I can make the connections that I need to make and the money to get to my next place. But I had to realize if I am going to come to work every day at Target and not bring the focus, the magnifying glass of energy, if I'm not going to bring that to Target every day, I'm not going to make the connections and I'm not going to make the money, and I am going to be fired. In every job, you have to either get ahead or behind. Either you're getting fired or you're getting promoted. Either you're getting promoted or you're getting fired. What? I mean, you're either getting fired, laid off, or promoted.
You have moving forward or backwards.
Forward or backwards.